remember it was around 2020. I posted on LinkedIn or Facebook. I can't remember that. At that certain point, I did not know what exactly blockchain was, and I was too afraid to ask, because everybody's like blockchain, crypto, blockchain, but like a solid explanation. And I remember you guys having a very great video and article about it, and that's how I just like started to learn more. And
Yeah.
yeah, I know that Malta has been seen both praised and scrutinized as a fintech and gaming hub. Depends on the size, of course, who they're sending out the press release or journalists. But what's the current regulatory mood in Malta towards blockchain and crypto asset service providers?
So the mood is fantastic, and I tell you why. Because the media reports were completely false. So there was a peer review by ESMA, and ironically, no one bothered to read the report. So if anyone bothers to read the report, there are some journalists that were definitely biased and they had other intentions. They simply said that Malta failed. They didn't say failed, to be honest, but they said that there was a lot of criticism towards Malta, which is not true. Malta was tested on three main things, and it got a high in two and a medium in another one. And all the journalists picked up on the medium and on the shortcomings that were found on that came medium. But in truth, if you look at the report as a comprehensive report, it was extremely positive, and I can assure you that if they do the same peer review on all the other authorities, with all due respect, no offense, Alexandra, if you look at the Polish authority, was it set up or was it appointed finally? I think it was just a few weeks ago that was appointed as the responsible authority. No,
No, no, no, not yet. The act is still in
not yet,
progress. So
not yet.
yeah.
Fantastic. So, and by the way, Poland is not just any other jurisdiction, because Poland is actually the largest jurisdiction when it comes to VASPs. All right.
Yep.
So
That's true.
the most VASPs in Europe have been registered in Poland, and they still don't have a regulator appointed to deal with applications for MiCA. By the way, all the transitory provisions around Europe, some of them have already expired, but the longest ones are the ones that expire in on the 1st of June of next year. How are you going to give a license from now to June of next year if you haven't already started the process? So if they really start giving licenses in Poland, I would do a peer review on Poland as well, because you can't give licenses so fast. So at the end of the day, and Poland is just one example. Of course, I'm not digging on Poland. I think Poland is an amazing country and amazing people. But this
It
is
is.
just to show how let's say ironic the situation is, not to use a more disparaging word, and the two weights to measures that are applied at European level.